on the bullish side, right? But I'm actually looking for only looking for on the 1 hour we're bullish. On the 4 hour, we got a nice strong push up, a pull up. However, on the daily, we are in my supply zone. And right now, we are making lower highs and lower lows. So, I'm looking for a change of structure with the 1 minute, which I just got right now. So we just did a change of structure with the 1 minute. I want this 1 minute candle to close with a strong displacement candle. Create some type of inefficiency, aka a supply zone. And I'm going to look for some opportunity with some shorts, right? Again, only because I know we've been pushing hard, only because we are in a daily supply zone. It's my only reason why I'm looking at these shorts. And on the 4 hour too as well, we haven't went over a swing high. So for example, let me see if I can switch over and show you guys what I'm looking at. Let me see. Yeah, see, that's a nice displacement. It's a nice displacement to the downside. Now, I'm also aware of, I'm going to be looking at some demand zones too to see if we bouncing out some demand zones. But we did just close 1 minute a displacement candle. So I'm looking for a pullback now up here. I actually want this displacement to close though. I want this 5 minute to close strong. I want this 5 minute to close strong. For me to be thinking about some shorts. Then I'll be looking for some type of pullback. Okay, so again, we did just do a change of character on the 1 minute, on this 1 minute chart. Alright, we just did a change of character. I hate when they lag like this, because when I go live, it's so bad. But I want this candle, I want this displacement to really, I want this to be a close. We got 6 seconds left. All right, so we just did like a break and retest on the 1 minute. We definitely getting some nice. So at this point, I'm looking for a pullback back into my 1 minute zone, right? So I got my change of character. We possibly can be looking at I got my change of character 1 minute, not the 5 minute, but I got my change of character with the 1 minute. So I'm looking for some type of pullback. And I'm also checking for any demand areas on this 1 minute. But I am looking for shorts. So I'm looking for shorts. I know most people think we're bullish, but the way I do market structure, again, I'm looking at the daily, and we in the supply zone with the daily. The 4 hour, the 4 hour, we have not reached bullish yet in the 4 hour. We just on the pull back up. And the 1 hour, we did eclipse a lower high. So if you look at the 1 hour, you know, we do got some momentum going to the buyer's side, some strong momentum. But sellers coming in again because we are in a supply zone on the daily. So I gotta see what happens. It's the reason why I want fully sold on. Now, this right here can be a low key right here. This can be a demand zone. Although we did take out a lot of liquidity down here with this long wick. So in my opinion, this is not a strong, it's not a strong demand zone, but I'm just gonna mark it. It's not a strong, but let's see how much, because I expect some type of reaction to this right here, because it did make it inefficiency, right? Fair value gap, and it's tapping back into these orders. So let's see how far it goes up. But I'm not sold on that demand zone. We continue to make lower highs and lower lows on the 1 minute. Ooh, boy, you stink. You need to be changed. That's a strong displacement candle right there. So right now I'm looking for. I missed the break and retest on the 1 minute, but I don't really get in much on that. So I'm looking for a pullback back into a supply zone. This is a good one. Let's see, my son is going crazy. Okay. Well, that was a nice 1 minute bullish candle. Buyer stepped in big time. I got my supply zone marked on the 1 minute. All right, it's technically in this area right here. However, I don't like how that's a strong 1 minute bullish candle. It just engulfed 3 bearish candles on the 1 minute. So that's not good. The pullback is important to me, the way it moves back up into the zone. So if it moves up aggressively, right, on the pullback, after it did a change of character, then it pulled back into some type of zone. Then I make sure my probability, if I do get in, I need to see how I react to that zone. I'm not gonna get in aggressively on the first touch. I need to see if it's continue to make lower highs and lower lows, and not just react once it hit that zone, because it is coming up aggressively. That's aggressive bullish right there. So it did just hit my zone right now on the 1 minute. So I want to see how it react to my zone now. It just hit it on the 1 minute, but I'm not gonna aggressively get in on the first touch. Well, actually, it just hit it now. I'm not gonna aggressively get in on the first touch because I don't like how the pullback went up super strong on the buyers. So I need to see if it's gonna continue to make some lower highs and lower lows, and maybe make some type of another zone before we head back to the downside. That was aggressive on the buyer's end. They came up in this zone. So this is zone that I'm looking at right now. If we go to the 1 minute, see it just reacted off my zone. This is the zone that I'm looking at right now. This zone right here, it hit the zone. Now it's reacting off that zone, right? That supply zone on the 1 minute. I didn't get in on the first touch. I don't like see how aggressive buyers came up. I don't like that. If it would have eased its way up, but buyers came up too aggressive, so I'm gonna chill out and see if it makes. I need this to make another lower low, right? So we got lower high, low. I need this. If this is gonna be a lower high, then it to make a lower low down here, right? Now I'll just eclipse this lower low. So you got some reaction to this zone, but it's not fully. Give me a strong displacement down. It just tapped the zone again. So now this zone is mitigated. So now I definitely don't like it. If it taps more than once on my end, I don't necessarily like it. Because now it's been tapped more than one time. When it comes to, see, this is where people get support and resistance different than supply and demand. Oh, it's tapping multiple times. No, but if it's tap your zone multiple times, I mean, it's taking more orders. It's weakening when it comes to supply and demand. That zone is weakening. Right, so I'm going to wait. Let me see if you guys can see it better. Okay, here we go. I can actually get rid of this one. This is actually a demand zone. I didn't like the demand zone, sort of weak. Go back to this is the 5 minute. I just want to show y'all this zone on the 1 minute chart, what I was looking at. See, back in the day, I would have pulled the trigger on that zone easily. But now I'm a more structural type of trader. So I don't just react aggressively when it comes to some type of zone. I need to see confirmation, right? I need to see that some type of rejection candle, some type of continuation of a structure, right? Makes lower highs and lower lows. If I'm looking at a supply zone, I need to see some or displacement candle reacting off that zone. So by this 1 minute zone being hit multiple times, I'm already turned off by it. So, and the way that buyers went back up aggressively, I'm turned off by it too. Big momentum, bullish candles going up. But let's see what happens. And the only reason I'm looking for shorts again, because we are, if I go here, right, my daily, we are in my supply zone when it comes to my daily. Now we make a new high, right? If we make this is a high, I'll definitely start probably looking for some bullish. I haven't made a trade yet. I'm still peeping out the market because I want to test some shorts. So this is where we do a breakage structure. If we go over this high, we'll break this structure. And then we have a low, because right now we got a low, high, right? So we playing on the 5 minute chart. We playing in this area. This was the last low. This is the high on the 5 minute chart. really don't have no bias because the higher time frames, they not in sync with one another. Like I said, my daily, we're looking like we're, if I can change this, let me change the screen. Let me see if I can change the screen. Let me go back to it. Let me see if I can change this. Display capture. I don't know which one it is. Okay, which one I'm doing right now? H224.1. Is it H224.2? Okay, so this is what I mean by, there we go. All right, it's in my supply zone on my daily. Also, when it comes to the 4 hour, this is a swing high, this is a swing low. We haven't eclipsed that for me to be fully on board. If you look on the 4 hour, for me to be fully on board with bullish. Now, this is a strong bullish candle. That let me know smart money came in. That's strong, but we still are in this supply zone, and we still haven't eclipsed this swing high right here. So we were making lower lows and lower highs, right? Came up here. So where I do structure, then we went all the way down. Now this is internal. This is not a low because this is the most recent low, right? So all this is internal lower highs. But if you do swing, we went up, right? Then we went down. And right now, if it looks something like this, this would be a low. But in order for, this is only a low. This is only a low if we go past this swing high. That's it. This is only a low. Until then, this is a swing low. This is not a low if it does something like this, right? It start doing this, right? No, because this is still a low. I think that's what a lot of people get when they market structure. I have to learn that too. How to properly read structure. So again, I'm not bullish or bearish. I'm just looking at to see what the market is actually doing. I'm only apprehensive because we still in this supply zone. And with the 1 hour, definitely look more bullish than anything. Sorry, that's a 15-minute. The 1 hour definitely look more bullish than anything. Because why? Because we were making lower highs and lower lows, so we was definitely on a downtrend, right? But we eclipsed this lower high, so we did a change of character once we went over this lower high. So the 1 hour is definitely bullish, 100% bullish. We even made a demand zone right here. So on the 1 hour, we got a demand zone right here. All right. We got a demand zone right there on the 1 hour. So this is how the 1 hour look. We made two demand zones. We got one right here, one right here. This demand zone is really nothing, only because it didn't break any structure, right? It did make some type of efficiency, but it didn't break structure. I mean, it did lead to this structure, but I like this demand zone better, although it's closer to price. So I gotta sit back. So based on, and you can see the daily too. The daily we've been consolidating. I'm sorry, we've been ranging on the daily. We've been ranging the daily. All right, we've been ranging on the daily. We haven't been moving up or down. We've just been moving sideways. All we've been doing is moving sideways on the daily. So been monitoring that. But we are pushing up strong. You see, we was making lower highs and lower lows. We even got a liquidity grab right here and pushed up. So I do market structure and supply and demand, man. That's what I do. Market structure, supply and demand. So, and lately I just been sticking to my setups. And living with the results. Not worried about my P&L, right? Just living, sticking to my setups and living with the results. Mr. CEO, that's what my titles say. The market kind of went to a halt. In 1 minute, we are still trying to see where this candle gonna close. The price looks like it's just accumulating right now. I don't want this smoke. I don't want no parts of this right now. I want to see some type of clear direction. We did get a nice push upward, but that was pretty much pre-market. Probably went up a good 100 points when the market opened up. To think about trading, you just gotta sit back and watch, especially when price action moving like this. It's pretty much just consolidating. It's not really doing too much of nothing. A little bit under the weather too. I've been sick for 2 days now. Good thing my son ain't came in here yet. That's a good thing. So that'll make you feel some type of way. All right, so in the 1 minute, we are starting to make higher highs and higher lows again. And man, I had to learn a valuable lesson on, not just getting in when it comes to any of my zones when I do supply and demand, and wait for actually structure and see what the market is doing. Wait for some type of confirmation. Because in a 1 minute, we are making high highs again, higher lows. Man, patience is the name of the game, right? It's a nice bearish candle. Uh-oh. Better you than me, babe. Y'all ain't just hear that. She just said, I got shit. The baby shit it. You got shit inside his diaper. And she working, so she got shit all over. It's crazy. I just dropped him off, so he didn't get me. He got mom, though. Alright, let's see if we make some. We still make higher highs and higher lows in the 1 minute. Would have been good. We could have. And I want to stress this because okay, we can get past this. I'm looking for a nice. If I'm gonna go shorts, I'm looking for again a break structure, another break of structure. I mean, another change in character on the 1 minute, and with a strong displacement candle to the downside. I want sellers to come in aggressively. Boom. Only thing that's different, I just started back trading with TradingView, right? And Top Step X, it just, as far as the convenient level, man, like making orders, and it just so much simpler to deal with. I forgot how troublesome TradingView can be, with buying and selling. I mean, it's pretty much simple, but it's just, hey, And now I just felt that you can turn this into right. Let me get rid of this. You can turn this into, which is pretty cool. I don't think before you was able to do this. You can turn this into order. Maybe I just didn't know how. I don't know. But you can turn that into order, which is pretty cool. You probably was able to do that. I don't know, but I wasn't able. I ain't really figure it out. So. But this is the low I'll be targeting. If we can get some type of to the downside, that'll be the low I'll be targeting. Be something like this. Just a lower high on the 5 minute. So we go up here, we'll be breaking structure, right? If we do this, we'll be breaking structure. Because this is technically, since we be on an uptrend, this is a high, so this is a weak high that should, if we continue to go up, that should be broken. So that's that breaking structure. That's a nice push up to the upside. You can break 870 and make a new high. But the 5 minute high, I'm sorry, not 870, look at that, the other one. If it break, this high right here, but you just went past. Haven't fully broke it yet, but this is the 5 minute high. It needs to break for us to continue back on the uptrend. I think that was the pullback. That was the only pullback for that. For my theory, as far as it's been in a daily supply zone. I might be looking for some bullish now. I might be team bullish all the way until at least probably 217 to hit that swing high. 25 217 is where that swing high is at. But first I gotta see if it's gonna make a new high. Gotta break this high right here. Then I want some type of pullback into the zone. Man, with trading, yo, you just gotta be freaking patient. Just look for your setups. And it's crazy because I know my setup now, like really know my setups. And I figured that out by building a system. I'll show y'all the system in a minute. It's a nice system I built. I built from scratch to help me trade. Now, I haven't received a payout since February. All right, my last payout was in January. I got 2 payouts in January. One was at the end of December, and the other one was in January. So like once I got those payouts, it kind of went down the hill from there. I just had to get back to the basics. And I had 4 accounts that I was trading simultaneously, copy trading. And I had it for almost 2 weeks. And I learned that I don't want to have combines for that long. So I need to be more aggressive when it comes to my combines. I was doing anywhere between 3 to 5 contracts, same way I would trade my funded. But I need to be more aggressive, so about 10 contracts or higher when it comes to my combines. Just to, pass them. I'm going to fail them, I'm going to pass them. I don't want to spend, me personally, I don't want to spend. I saw always current people say, I don't want to spend a long time on, I give myself about a week, 3 to 4 days on the combine. That's about I'm giving myself 3 to 4 days on the combine. Not necessarily to a time frame on there, but I would say definitely no more than 5 days. So Monday through Friday, whatever. I want to have some type of know if I'm gonna fail or pass that particular week. I don't spend 2 weeks on the combine. Cause I literally self-sabotage myself. After I was 2 weeks, I was going 20 contracts, 25. I was pretty much just gambling because I got fatigued with them. I got a little tired, so I'm not gonna lie. But it's probably me just not being patient at the end of the day, because you got to start back over anyway. So I just didn't want to have that mindset of, all right, let me try to go for it. Because once I say I'm going to go for it, it's like, all right, I'm already done for the day, because now I'm going to be super aggressive. But I can still go for it and still only do 1 to 3 trades. So I look for 1 to 3 trades a day. And anywhere between 50 points or more on my position. So 1 to 3 trades, 50 points or more. So you can classify me as a day trader, right? I'm not a scalper, not a swing trader. That's what I pretty much look for. I stay in my trades anywhere between up to 30 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes. Just depends. Man, you talking about time to trade and you got a 1-year-old. It ain't for the weak, man, I can tell you that much. It's not for the weak. He about to come in here, go crazy. Mom just pissed him off. I don't know if y'all hear him in the background crying. Josiah, come here. What can you do though? Here he come. Walking ahead like I pissed him off. I know, man. I know. I pissed you off. I'm in here like I pissed you off. I know, man. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I pissed you off. What we got going? Same old, same old. All right, so what I'm looking for right now, man, I'm looking for just some type of reaction. Either we're going to go up or we're going to go down. Some type of breaking structure. I'm looking for, on the 5 minute, I'm looking for a breaking structure right here. Right? Or we can do a change of character down here. So either way. This was the last low before we went up to a high. So for the upside, I'm looking for a breaking structure. Then I'm looking for a pullback, some type of zone. Create some type of inefficiency, some type of demand zone, pull back, boom, we continue to go to the upside. If we going to go to the downside, I'm looking at the 1 minute. Right now, we were making lower highs and lower lows. Then we started to make, we did do a change of character on the 1 minute. Briefly though, we started to make higher highs and higher lows on the 1 minute. So I'm trying to see how that's going to play out. I got it marked on the 1 minute as far as my area, as far as lower highs and lower lows, to see if we break any structure or doing change of character on the 1 minute. That's what I'm looking at. Man, this cold is crazy right now. Any news, man? We got any news? I don't think trading will give you the news either like that. Man, they give you a little stuff on the side, but it's not like Top Step with the red folders, the yellow folders, etc. This price action is garbage right now. Garbage. Ain't doing too much of nothing. Man, how many of y'all just lose patience just get on the trade? I ain't gonna lie, man. Lately, my patience been great. I just been I recognize my setups now. So that's the thing. That's why my patience has been. I've been sticking to 1 or 3 trades. My patience been much better because I just more recognize my setups because of primarily because of the system I built. Before, like, again, I would have been got in that trade that it hit my zone initially. I would have been got in that trade. Then I would have went down that rabbit hole. Okay, hit it again. Let me put my stop loss over this candle. So if it clips that candle, then hopefully we go down. Then let's say it taps that candle. Now it took me out for 150, 200, whatever. Even if I'm being conservative. And I said, okay, well, let me get in, just hit the zone again, right? So now I eliminated all that because I know how to. I worked on my confirmations, right? I worked on my entries. I worked on my execution. So I track all that. That's the thing. I track all that data. I would have lost about probably like 4-5 trades right now going down that rabbit hole. Probably even more. Once it tapped that my zone that I had marked, my 1 minute zone. I know I would have run down that rabbit hole. But I stopped doing that. It's like you got 2 trading ideas per section if you want to do it. Alright, that trading idea didn't work. No need to what to say, beat the horse. One or two good trading ideas. And lately I haven't been trading Asia section. I know they got some shitty volume of Asia section. Check out my partner, see how he doing. So YouTube, TikTok Live just allowed you to go live on Mac, but I can't figure it out yet. I only tried since yesterday, so. But I've been trying to figure out how to go live on TikTok Live since yesterday. But it's keep directing me to the same. I can't get no title. I can't get no title. title. There we go. Hmm. Man, I'm just paying attention to market structure on this 1 minute. We still in this area, right? We still in this area. I mean, making higher highs, higher lows. We still haven't did a change the character to the low. We starting to get some down movement right here, but we still just playing in this area. Show you one of the guys I'm looking at. Right? All right, we're playing in this area right here. So we was making lower highs and lower lows. Then we clip this low. We start making higher highs, higher lows. So now we playing between this lower low and this lower high. We're in this area. Like we could be forming some double tops. Alright, like we could be forming some double tops. I want to see a 5-minute strong displacement candle. That's what I want to see. Showing some momentum to the downside. See all these rejections up here? All these rejections up here. Man, if you really want to be a profitable trader, I can call myself a profitable trader. I did receive payouts. If you trade with your live money, you know you're doing good in the market. You're a profitable trader. But my whole thing is to become consistent in the market, right? This is a long game. I think most people look at it as a short game. That's why we track our. Okay, so we just did a. That's why we track our. We go off our P&L statement. Yeah, I made this, so we make it feel good about ourselves. It's that dopamine, right? You know, I'm up 600, 800, 1500, whatever the amount is. You feel that dopamine, but that doesn't mean it was a good trade, right? You could have over leveraged, or you could have got lucky, or there's a multitude of things that could cause your P&L to be in the green. But to consistently keep that up determines if you are a good trader. And that's what I look for. That's why I built my system, to keep me honest of being a good trader. I look for my setups. I look for, you know, my behavior on how I'm trading, my confirmation. So that's what I'm pretty much looking for. All right, so I want to see how this 5-minute candle close. Give me a good close. We did just do a slight change in character to the downside. However, I want to see this 5-minute close strong, right? Strong displacement candle. We just did a change of character, so I need a strong displacement candle to the downs for that 5-minute, for this 5-minute right here to close strong, right? Not necessarily on the pullback, but close strong like it's doing right now. Okay, that's a nice strong candle right there. That's a nice strong candle. It's a nice strong candle. Go down any further, that'd be great. But 100 points away. Alright guys, potentially looking for an entry right here. I'm potentially looking for an entry. I gotta see how this candle aggressively go up. I'm potentially looking for an entry for a short. We just did a retest, but I'm gonna go up to this zone area. I'm gonna watch how this pullback is. Watching how this pullback is. The zone is pretty big from 8:30 to 8:44. That's 14 points. That ain't bad at all. Alright, so I marked my zone on the 1 minute. We just did a retest. It looked like it might be based off. So it did a change of character, and now we just did a retest. So it might not go to my zone. It might base it off the retest. But I'm going to wait and see. But we did get our displacement candles that we wanted. Now, we didn't break the 5-minute structure, right? That's true confirmation, but we did do a 1 minute change of, I'm sorry, we didn't do a 5-minute change of character, but we are doing a 1 minute change of character. And see, the thing is, I don't see this is a high, right? Most people do this as a low. This can't be a low because there's no high to validate this low. In order to this be a low, there needs to be a high. So the high has to go over this higher high. Otherwise, you can't say this is a low. because there's no high to validate this low. This is not a high because it's not higher than that high. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I do market structure. It's based off that, the way I do it. I mean, you can do it the way you do it, but that's the way I do it. Alright, so I'm looking for some type of pullback. We might go deeper before we get a pullback. I didn't want us to pull back up immediately, which is good. So, it's my nieces and nephew. They twins. It's their birthday today. Yeah, we might go down to. We might go lower. It'd be great if we make a lower low. That'd be even better. Validate my zone even better if we make another lower low. So we can do that. I feel even better about my zone. I did make a 1 minute zone. When I streams, I hate this lag, man. I think I'm going to get in aggressively when if it comes back up to my zone area. I think I'm going to give it a shot if we go into my zone area. See if we can get some shorts up out of this. I almost hit my zone. I ain't quite hit it yet. I actually would love us to. Hit my zone already. Alright, we're gonna try this. I thought I was in. What the hell? I thought I was in. Again, I don't know how to She's working. God. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Well, I gotta put a buy stop right here now, something like that up here. Yeah, that wasn't cool. I don't even know where my let's see if we can get a short out of here. Uh-oh. I don't like that spike up. Just hit it. Just got back in it again. But it could have took some liquidity and went down though. Alright, that's a great sign. That's awesome. Alright guys, we are in this trade. I don't like that we just went down to this low and now we popping back up. It's not a good sign. If this would have stuck, that would have been great. Let's hope this kind of get a good rejection. I actually want to make it up here higher than that zone. This is the zone, 5-minute zone I should have been aiming for. This is the real zone I should have been aiming for. I might put my stop loss more up there because this is the zone. I was looking at that 1-minute zone. But this is the 5-minute zone that I really like. But I'm already in the trade, so. But I see how if we go eclipse this zone, I see how it'll react towards, yeah, it look like it's gonna go over this zone. I'm just gonna do this only because this is zone that I really like. And this is 30 points, so that's 600, so this would be my only trade. And I'm gonna put my, I'm gonna stop it somewhere around here. I don't know how I do this. Do I put a buy stop down here too, or a buy limit? I don't know, what the hell? Because is this a buy limit down here too? Wait, and why it ain't show up? And do I put a buy limit up here? All right, guys. So we're in this short. 40 points. What's that? 40 points. See if we can get a good move to the downside. If we can move past this low right here, this is where I'm looking at really tight. If we pass this low and we make a new low, right? Lower high, lower low, I feel really confident about this move. Let's keep pushing to the downside. Come on, don't do a liquidity. Now I'm gonna move my stop loss beyond this right here. And I don't even know if that's a damn stop loss. Messing with trading view. So guys, this is where my zone at right here. This is the zone that I made, right? I waited for change of character, pull it back up to the zone, and we got in a short. I don't like the zone been hit multiple times. One been hit twice now. So It's not good. I like this zone, this extreme zone up here better. Look at that, man. Look at that. Look at that. Buying pressure. It's crazy. Think about this, man. Buying pressure was nuts. Alright, so we got 10 points. We stopped out, it'll be 10 points. It's like 200. Ooh, that's ugly. So I said, I don't like this zone. It's been hit multiple times. This zone is the real zone I like up here. So either I can put my stop loss up there or do a re-entry up there and see how to react to this zone, do a re-entry. If I get stopped out right here. We was up like 600 in this trade, but that's not where my TP was at. I'm gonna get this move down. Now we have been bullish like crazy, but we are in a daily supply zone. We are in a daily supply zone. There you go. So guys, I am in the trade. Right now, I'm up 450, 10 contracts. Right, I'm up 450 in this trade, 10 contracts. I got in, waited till you to change the character, then it pulled back into this 1 minute zone, and let's see if we can make if we can continue to make lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. We need a strong displacement to the downside. If we can do that, yeah, I'm keeping my stop loss like it is because we tapping this demand zone too right here. It's been tapped multiple times, but we're not getting a good push down. That's the thing. We're not getting a good push down to the downside. Buyers got a lot of pressure. Buyers coming in with a lot of pressure. And this is where we keep getting stopped at right here. It's a lot of buying pressure, man. Ugh. Yeah, we're good with our stop loss right there because then we'll reevaluate. Because if it go over that stop loss, then it's going to make a new a high, right? It's going to make a new high. So by making a new high, then we have to reevaluate to see if this up here. You see if this up here. We have to wait till after we change the character. We can't aggressively get in. So I got in aggressively on this 1 minute zone. Soon it tapped, I got in, right? I got it on the first touch. So it looks like it's not trying to go down because it's about to hit that zone again. Again, when you're doing supply and demand, the more time it touches the zone, it's not looking too good. I gotta use the bathroom too. Come on, buddy. Give Daddy some luck. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna take 5 off. Cause we went there twice already. I needed to break that low on the 1 minute. There we go. Break it. Not wicked. Break it. Alright, so I took 5 off. Took 5 off. Is this a bad limit or a bad stop? How did this work? Because if it's going to bad stop, it's going to click me in. That's why I took 5 off right there, because it's still some strong buying pressure. We are making lower highs and lower lows in a 1 minute, right? So that's a great thing. We are making lower highs and lower lows in a 1 minute. But I know a buy stop is going to... A buy stop is going to hit me in and start buying, right? I don't want to do that. Why is this a buy limit and a buy stop? Why it just can't be a buy limit? I'm so confused. And I don't want to make that right there either. Oh my God. Get rid of that. 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 Okay. All right. So it's a buy limit, right? This is a buy limit. Okay. Alright guys, so now this is basically a free trade. Alright, so it's basically a free trade. We got a good entry. We are trying to make we took off 60 points already when it did it, so this was screenshot this. Download image. This is what we was risking, right? So we already took 5 out the table. Now we're gonna let this other 5 run. We're gonna let this other 5 run. Try to get 110 points out of it. And the reason I got it right there because that's where a demand area is at, right? We got a demand area right here. And it's running, guys. It's running. It's running. See if we can get 100 or some points. 110 points. And managing your trade is just as important as getting in the trade. Right, managing your trade is huge. Let me see if y'all can see. Yeah, managing your trade is huge. So this is where we at. I'm in basically I almost break even. So I already took 5 off. I'm gonna let the other 5 run. So I took 5 off the table. So we got all right, 300. So I'm up 300. I took $300 off. So I'm gonna let the other took partial, let the other run. I'm gonna let it go all the way down there to that demand. So I waited till we got to. This is an 8-to-1 too. This is an 8-to-1 trade. So I waited till we. I took when I was up 600. So I took 30 points off already. Yeah. So we're gonna let this trade run. Let me see if we can get a. Yeah, we're gonna let this go down to the. Yeah, we're gonna let this go down to the to that demand zone. So I got it right here. It's a 1 hour demand zone right here. And this is the 5-minute low. So we're gonna let that run all the way to there. What am I up? See, what the buy stop limit? Why is it 2-0? I have no idea how to do this. This is crazy. I have no idea what any of this means. I gotta do my research on this. Well, I tell you guys, we were in a freaking supply zone on the daily. We were in a supply zone on the daily. All right, we was in a supply zone on the daily. I'm about to take 3 off. Damn near there. I'm not even about to play around with this. And I let the other 2 run. I even let this go to Asia high now. So I secure 800. Yeah, I'll even let that go to Asia high now. Let me put a buy stop limit, whatever the hell this thing is, to secure this up here. Oh, God. Buy stop limit. a sell limit. So this is a fair value. You got this. $877. Did it go to $877? No, it didn't go to $877. 77 all the way on there. So we expect some type of pullback. Alright guys, so what I did was, right, managing your trade is huge too. So I started with 10 and now I'm letting 2 ride. Right, started with 10 and now I'm letting 2 ride. This is a long trade, right? I at least got it. I had it for 122 points. Right, I started to scale off once I got like a 1 to 2, 2 to 2. This is a freaking 9-to-1 trade, so it's crazy. I already got to a 6-to-1. So right, I already did a 6-to-1. Secure 800 already. So I'm gonna let the other ride. How the hell do you put a? I gotta, man. This is buy. Let's see how this works. Cause if I put a buy stop, it's gonna buy me in right there. It's gonna. No, buy and stop when you above the price, right? If you do a buy stop, it has to be above your so, and why this is 3? This is should be 2. Let me see what happened. Would I even let me go above here if I do it above here? Yeah, so we're gonna let this run. Great trade, beautiful trade. I've been learning how to manage my trades because the other day I was up like 60 points, 1,500, and I let it run back all the way to hit my stop loss. Went through my zone, hit my stop loss. So I was pretty pissed off at that. Not pissed off, but it was a great trade. I was pissed off that I didn't manage it well, is what I should say, right? That I didn't manage it well, so I should have took something off the table. It was a great entry, great trade. Execution was great, but I didn't take any off the table. Right? I didn't even put it at break even, which I typically do. So I'm currently still in the trade right now. I did 800 off the table. Secure 800, so got 2 contracts in 300. Now the thing I also been working on again is the add on. Right, so even with that pullback, that would have been a great opportunity to add at least 4 more on. If it's a good chance that it's going to go down, but since we've been bullish like crazy, I'm not sure about that, right? Since we've been bullish like crazy, but I do know we in a daily zone. And this is what I mean by a daily zone, supply zone. This is why I was so fixed on shorts, because I knew we was gonna get some type of reaction at least. All right, we are in a right here, this indecisive candle marked by this impulsive down move down, right, and this rejection down move. So you mark it from here. That's in the daily zone. In a 4 hour, we still have to hit this swing high up here, and we got to swing low for me to be fully bullish. The 1 hour really looked bullish. So the 1 hour really looked bullish because we were making higher highs and higher lows, right? High, low, high. We eclipsed this lower high right here. So we made a high, then we came back down, made a higher low. Now we're making a higher high. So the 1 hour looks super bullish. Still think we're gonna get, go a little bit lower than this, but we are making higher highs and higher lows on the 1 minute now. So if we don't go past this lower high, then I'm still in good shape. But we are making on the 1 minute higher highs and higher lows, so that's something to look out for. About 50 points for being tapped out. This will really show me on the downtrend too as well. It's not a reversal. It's not a right. It just I expected some type of reaction since we were in a supply zone. That's all. Now we continue to go low. Then we know that's a strong supply zone with the daily, but I expected some type of reaction, so that's why I was bearish going into the day based on the daily time frame. And I want the catch. I was waiting for the change of character, for it to switch over to a bearish, for the market to shift bearish, go that route. If I get stumped out, I get stumped out. My only trade, I'll be done for the day. I'll take the 800. But I expect us to go lower. I really do. Alright, what are we doing? Look at the 1 minute. Let's see what we got going. Yeah, we're making higher highs and higher lows in a 1 minute, so we definitely gaining some momentum back to the upside. And that's the thing, you really just gotta watch structure, right? And see how, especially when you in the trade or when you're not in the trade, just to see how the market is going your way. Shit, let me try to do that. If we make a, let me show y'all something, because I'm going to add on if we, right? Let me turn this to a, I'm going to take a risk to add on. Let me show you. Especially we keep getting that rejection right there. So let me go to the 1 minute. See, we're making high highs and high lows. However, this was the last we playing between this area. So market structure, right? Low, high, low, right? Lower high, and low. So we are making right here higher highs and higher lows. Right. This is technically not a low. If we make a high, if we really make a high above. So if we close above this, make a high, then this will be the next low. But right now, this is still a low. So we have to close above this to continue to the downside. This is not a low yet. So I actually want to see us drop. And we can close below here. Right, close. Then on the pullback, I'll add on. Now, if we do this, if this become a low, because we're gonna make a high right here, and then all of a sudden we do a nasty pullback, then I will actually look to add on to as well. But I don't want us to continue to go up and I add on. That's makes no sense, right? We continue to go in the uptrend and I add on. It's the 1 minute. All right. So we're gonna just put this right above that high right there, 43. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, so I'm gonna be looking to add on. Let me see. I'm going to be looking to add on. Because if we can make this the new lower high, right, that'll be good. Especially this lower high. So we do this, make this the lower high. All right, there we go down. That'll be good. But what I want us to right now to potentially add on if we go lower than this, and plus this a little low key a demand area right here too. It didn't really break no structure, but it's a little small demand area right here too. So it's got to be mindful of that. A little small demand area. Just to get a nice little boost on that. That's a good push to the downside. This is my 5-minute chart. I don't like marking, but let's see how I react right here. But I don't want to mark no 1 minute stuff on this 5-minute chart. We don't want a 1 minute to go above here because again we'll continue to make higher highs and higher lows, so we don't want to see that. One could say right here this is a supply zone too as well, 1 minute supply zone, so we can be watching out to see how price react to that. Again, this is my 5-minute chart. I really don't want to mark none of my 5-minute chart. There we go. Some good down action right there. At least let's eclipse this internal low. All right, this 1 minute, this is the last low, and this is a high. So price is literally playing in this range. right here, and right here. That's just prices ranging at, right? So in order for us to break structure, since we're on the downside, we have to break this low. So we break structure right here, get past that demand, and we break structure. Break structure. Right. I'm sorry, the break actually the break structure would be actually down here, the break structure, but we playing between this zone and this zone for it to be a change of character because we are uptrending right now, right? So we are uptrending. So we are doing on an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. All right. So in order for us to do this, we need to change a character right here. And since we're on an uptrend, this would be a break of structure because we continue to go on the upside on a 1 minute, right? So this would be a break of structure if we break this. Because we'll break this higher high and continue to go up. But we want to do a change of character to start making some lower highs and lower lows again. We need to break this and get back to what we was doing before. So let's see how we react to everything. Alright, so that's good. Downplay action. Let's see if we're gonna get a reaction off this demand. How strong of a reaction we get off that demand. Because if we break this, I kind of want to add, but I want us to break this low first. But if we break this low, I want us to break this low first. But I will add at 67. I will add right here. All right, let's see how we're gonna approach this. Let's see how we're gonna approach this 1 minute demand. It's not a strong demand zone, but let's see if it gets there. See what happens. If it runs straight through, that'd be great. That's the reaction. Alright, see, that's the reaction. See the bounce off this demand zone? That's the reaction went up to here. So it didn't react off of it. Now I want to see it tap it again to weaken it. There we go. I want us to bust through. No diddy. Then on a pullback, I'll probably re-enter. It's gonna move me like all the way down here though, watch. Yeah, I think I'm about to re-enter. Ooh, that was cool. Dang, that was because I did 5. That was prematurely. I might have just cost the trade, everybody. I might have just cost the trade. Oh man, I might have just cost us. Let's see. But we gotta live with it. We gotta live with it. So now we all the way down there. We all the way down here. We added. This is only 2 as well. So you gotta watch out for that stuff. Cause I want to get out a full 7. I'm gonna get out a full 7. Alright, here we go now. It might be curtains because I'm all the way down here. I'm all the way at this low where it's a lot of buying pressure right here. It's a lot of buying pressure, so yeah. I didn't know it was gonna do that much. That was crazy. Yeah, that was my fault. That was crazy. So what the hell is I? Yeah, that was nuts. I knew there's gonna be some buying power down here because this is where the lower low is at. Still got some buying pressure down here. That's a good rejection candle. Yeah, buddy. There we go. There it is. All right. Yeah. Shit. I didn't think he was gonna go down that far. I might have added on too many contracts. I added on too many. Dang. Oh man, that was crazy. All right, we might actually form it's forming a double bottom. So, but we'll see. Might be forming a double bottom. But I didn't know it was gonna bring me down that far. At least I want it to be right here by this low. I want it to bring it down here by this lower high. Well, technically, this is not a lower high yet because this I have to go down. So for it to be a lower high, I have to be like this, right? It have to be like this. So this is not actually a lower high yet, but like it's about to be a lower high. Damn it! I messed that up, man. I messed that up. And it just wicked me out. Look at that, man. I messed that up. Dang! It's going down lower. Look at that. Look at that. Add-on would have been great. Let me get rid of this. It's crazy. Add-on would have been great. Man, that add-on just woke me out. And this was a nice little demand supply zone right here too. This right here was supply zone. A little small one. Dang. I probably would have got out right there. Adding on 7, would have got that nice little display. What, 82? Gotta learn with that. Gotta learn how to do the add-ons properly. I think I added on too many. It was 5. Probably should have added like 3, something like that. Work my way back up to it. Yeah, I should have worked my way back up to it. I'm gonna work with 800. Let me see what I do. I might do one more and then put this back on a 5. See how the 5-minute chart is doing. Exactly where my stop loss was at. That's where my stop loss was at. Right here. Stop loss is right here in this demand zone. Exactly where my stop loss was at. Alright guys, I might be done for the day. See y'all next time.